Yeah, I referenced the band With Our Teeth, the band you were in,
Yep.
um, you know, way back and now, if you were doing anything like musically in between then and now. But
No, I honestly don't even know why I quit with our teeth. It was one of those things where, like, in my mind, it made sense. And then when I look back on it, I'm like, what was I thinking? Why did I do that? So, I've had to mend some bridges and because I just disappeared for a long time and I wasn't playing music. I thought I had a better idea of what I wanted in life, but I really had no clue. And it turns out music is what I really like to do more than anything. So to answer that question again, no, I didn't do anything for a long time. I didn't even unpack my drums for years. So,
it's funny. I actually have a little anecdotal regret around With Our Teeth as well.
no. Yeah.
Yeah, so when I had moved down to New Orleans for a while, I came back to visit, and I was out at Skeeters. You remember Skeeters over in what is it? Blackwood?
Yeah, I remember
And
that. Yeah,
and Chris was there.
of course he was.
Yeah, and I was like, yeah, I'm just home. He was like, oh, you're home to play bass in With Our Teeth because like at the time he didn't have a bassist. I was like, nah, I'm just gonna go back to and like looking back on it, because I hadn't been playing music in a while either,
Right.
and like it was like a few years after like the Coastline had like disbanded and all of that, and you know, I don't know if you know, but like a couple years ago, it was the same thing. Like my whole journey, like I took a downward spiral after that, and looking back on it, I was just like, damn. Like I ended up saying like fuck it and moving back to the area anyway. I was like, I should have just once Chris said that, I should have just been like, fuck it, yeah, I'm gonna do that.
Right. Hindsight, man, you don't know. You don't I don't know if that was when that was part of the reason I quit. That was one of my like factors in my head. I'm like, we're just going through members, we're switching people out, and then we might play a show, and then somebody gets quits or gets kicked out, and then we have to start all over again. And I was just like tired of doing it. But in reality, I should have just stuck with it, and it's crappy. But yeah, I mean, hindsight's always a bitch. You look at it, you're like, man, I should have did that, but it's too late, and you can only move forward, really.
Yeah. Even though, you know, with it not being like, I know like a lot of people, like, well, a lot of us when we start out young, we have that dream of like being that full-time musician touring the world and all of that stuff and getting
Mhm.
paid to make albums. Um, and when that dream doesn't work out, I don't think that a lot of us take into consideration. Well, I'll speak for me. Like, I didn't take into consideration what just the act of creating and making music did for my confidence, my mental health, my like stability and
Right.
all of that. Because like even now, like I played some music with some friends. Like we got together and jam like 2 or 3 weeks ago. Like, and we're gonna play again like next week. And like it's nothing that's like even like it's not something that's like any like we don't have like songs written or shows or anything like that. It's just some people getting together at this point. And we don't know where it's gonna go, but just knowing that that's gonna happen is like taking me from like here to here. Like you know what I mean?
Yeah.
Like what do you think that is?
I don't know. I think some people like that's just like what they're meant to do, whether it be like you said, touring the world and being in a full-time band, or whether it be just doing it because you love doing it. Essentially that's kind of where I'm at. Like I don't have any real plans to like ever play it at the moment, but would it be fun? Yeah. But I think what it is you just it like when you don't play music, it almost leaves like a hole in you. You know, you feel good because that's like what you enjoy doing and you're good at doing it. And when you don't do it, like there's just a void, and then that you end up in that dark spiral and you don't even know who you are, but you do. You're just not doing what you're supposed to be doing. Like you play bass, man. You play music. You enjoy it. So do I. I do the same thing. But when you don't do it for a while, it doesn't feel right. You don't feel like you know. So I think that's why you're saying you feel at a different level because you're doing what you like doing. That's just my take on it. That's how I feel about it.